What is going on, everybody? I'm back making another video, and I am back in Bee Swarm Simulator. It has been a long time since I've played Bee Swarm Simulator. Let me just make sure my graphics are all up, and let's claim the hive. I currently have my demon mask on because I was doing a little bit of bosses, like I was doing Stump Snail earlier last night, but I'm usually using Gummy Mask because if you guys remember last time I played Bee Swarm, a lot of you subscribers might not even know what Bee Swarm is, or you might know what it is, you just don't play it. A lot of my subscribers might not even know that I've played Bee Swarm, and they might be Bee Swarm players themselves. I've gained a lot of subscribers this past year, like since last BEESMAS, playing Bee Swarm, and I actually missed last year's BEESMAS. I didn't play through it, and then like at the end of BEESMAS, I started playing again. I don't know why I did this. I've been playing Bee Swarm for a couple years, and I just didn't feel like playing throughout BEESMAS last year, and I kind of missed out on a lot of stuff that I'm going to be able to catch back up on this BEESMAS, such as my bee quips. Like I have bad bee quips, and what the heck, my reindeer antlers aren't even equipped for some reason. But yeah, I have bad bee quips, and I only have 5 bee quip slot, but a lot of the stuff like the bee quips from last BEESMAS are going to be coming back. So BEESMAS is pretty much the best time of the year to play Bee Swarm. It's whenever festive beans are for sale. It's whenever you pretty much can boost more than any other time, and you can gain materials and honey more than any other time because there's a ton of extra stuff to do during BEESMAS. If you guys haven't seen my hive in a little while, I've probably made quite a few improvements on it even since my last video. Like a lot of my random bees, like Stubborn Bee, Shocked Bee, Looker Bee, they all have like 4% bar on them, which is, if you don't know, the best. I almost said enchantment. Mutation, not enchantment. I'm so used to Petsum X that I'm saying enchantments. Mutations. So I even have 4% or 3% bar on like a bunch of my carpenter bees. I even have 4% bar on a level 18 gifted vector bee. So I was doing a lot of work on my hive, spending trillions of honey to get like Barbies, get everything gifted, get a perfect hive. So I was actually preparing after last year's BEESMAS a lot for this year's BEESMAS. That's why I have like 40 super smoothies, which isn't even that much because I quit saving up quite a while ago. You know, Petsum X came out and nobody's really been playing Bee Swarm for a long time because it hasn't updated in a long time. But recently we've been getting a ton of information about the new Bee Swarm updates. So that's what I'm going to be showing you guys today, all the new information, and we're pretty much just going to be getting ready for BEESMAS because I want to get super pro at the game. I have 77 trillion total honey, so I actually used to be like top 40th on the leaderboard back whenever Mr. Macedo was the first person to hit 100 trillion. I'm pretty sure I was at like 20 or 30 trillion back then, and I actually used to be number 7 on all-time red. I don't even think I'm on all-time red anymore because the red players are so good now. I used to be a red hive, as you can see, almost 40 billion total red pollen. That used to literally be, I mean 40 trillion, not billion. That used to be number 7th on all-time red, and I used to be like top 2 or 3 on daily top red collectors almost every single day. So I used to be really good at Bee Swarm. I still am really good. I mean, I have a really good account. The only thing is my total honey is lacking a little bit because this last year and a half since the Supreme Star Amulets have come out, I haven't done a ton of grinding, but that's why I really want to play BEESMAS this year, get super overpowered, and then I can be one of the top players in Bee Swarm again. I feel like I can do it with how good my hive is and how much I've prepared. I have like thousands of all the materials. I'm pretty prepared. I even have almost 3,000 stingers, so I've been preparing pretty much as I can for this BEESMAS update. I got a bunch of eggs saved up. I'm ready to do boosts. But yeah, let's look at all the new changes that are coming really soon because this is pretty much what you guys clicked on the video for. I mean, a ton of people might have clicked on the video just to see my progress and see me talk about Bee Swarm because I haven't talked about it in so long. But for all the people that really want to know all the stuff coming in the new update, let's get right into it because there hasn't been an update in a long time. So if you guys do not know who Extreme is, he's a really good Bee Swarm player. I'm pretty sure he's one of the top white hive players in the entire game, and he asked if I was going to be playing BEESMAS this year. He said that I'm mainly into Petsum X, but there's a lot of Bee Swarm leaks recently, and BEESMAS is in less than a month, so I should probably start preparing soon. And I said that I already have been preparing. I was preparing like 6-7 months ago after last year's BEESMAS. So I asked him what all I should be getting to prep and what info he has. So he sent me all of the information from on it. So let's just go through this because there's a lot. Like, look at this, there's a lot. So this is all the stuff that on it has leaked himself. Crafting is much more than any existing item. Will probably require some new new crafting materials as well. Stocking up on all the regular mats and super smoothies is the best you can do. So I'm happy that I already saved up some super smoothies, but still, only 40 isn't that much. And my regular mats, let's check out my regular mats, like strawberry, sunflower, blueberry, stuff like that. I've actually been using on my hive. I'm pretty sure. I kind of don't even remember. Like, it was like, I think I said 6-7 months a minute ago, but it's probably more like 8-9 months since I've actually played Bee Swarm. I don't think I played it until a little bit after BEESMAS ended, and like I was trying to prepare for next BEESMAS, but you know, other games came out and stuff like that, and I didn't play BEESMAS throughout the entire year. I mean, I should have kept up with BEESMAS. I regret it every time that I don't keep up with it, because then I fall a little bit behind and I'm like, dang, I want to get good at Bee Swarm again. So I'm gonna make sure to play a ton throughout this BEESMAS, because this is the best time by far to play. If you play like a day during BEESMAS and get a super good boost, that could be worth like a month of grinding whenever it's not BEESMAS. So BEESMAS is for sure the best time to play. Here are some of the new bees. It looks like this is the new blue mythic, and I don't even know what the heck this is, but there's a lot more information down here that we'll read. The gummy star is actually getting a buff. White has a bit of a buff with the SSA passive changes now, I think. Gummy star granting 10% instant white conversion on top of 10% instant goo conversion, and times 2.25x goo and 2.25x white. As the star grows, it should be a little buff from just 4x goo. So gummy star is actually getting a buff, which I'm pretty happy about. I'm a white hive, and white hives are pretty much already one of the best hive. They're kind of tied with red, and blue has been the worst for a while. White and red hives have both been like super good for boosting. White hives just require quite a bit of materials because you got to use stingers for the saw, and mainly you have to use gumdrops to activate the star. But white hives have been already really good for boosting, so I'm pretty happy about that. There's also these things called poof shrooms. They're kind of like a sprout I'm testing, where you collect from them. They send out spores to other fields and can level up. The higher level, the better chance of higher rarities and better loot. So this is like a rare poof shroom. Puff shroom? Did I say poof shroom? Puff shroom. Whatever the heck they're called. They're gonna be like new types of sprouts where you can get loot and stuff from them. So this isn't the main thing I'm excited about. We can kind of just skip over that. These things are cool, but there's a lot more information I really want to get into. And tropical drinks too. Yes, there's at least one item that requires a lot of tropical drinks. So a lot of the new in-game items are probably going to cost super smoothies, tropical drinks, all kinds of materials. So that's why you should be saving up on everything. That's why I was saving up for a long time after last year's BEESMAS, because I didn't know when the end game update was. We've been expecting this end game items update for well over a year. I'm pretty sure since like the Supreme Star Amulet update, which was like a year and a half ago or something. Pretty much the only update we've gotten other than the Supreme Star Amulet update, I mean other than BEESMAS, is the Supreme Star Amulet update in the past like year and a half. Like other than BEESMAS, there's only been like one update in the past year and a half. So that's why I was already stocking up on stuff a long time ago. We've been waiting for this update for a while. There's also going to be a new option to just spend 500 billion honey to guarantee a double passive Supreme Star Amulet, because it costs 10 billion and it's a 1 out of 50 chance to get a double passive. So if you want to just get only double passives, you can spend 50 times more. Makes sense. It just takes away a little bit more time sitting there rolling amulet. If you only want double passives, which most people do, that's what they're going for whenever you're trying to get a super good end game build. On it also said, I'm thinking of raising the field boost cap from 4 to 4 from 3 to give more power to boosting that's lost from jelly beans, which is good. He nerfed jelly beans so that, you know, casual players with just boosting by themselves or boosting with a friend aren't at such a disadvantage, because the people that had a huge boosting advantage were the people that had like 6 alts and they were eating a ton of jelly beans to get all the best boosters, and they were getting super huge boosts, trillions of honey. So pretty much the jelly beans were a little bit too overpowered, and they were so limited. Like each account could only have like 25 jelly beans or 50 jelly beans or something. Like it's just not that fun having almost all your honey rely on having a super good jelly bean booster. So raising the field boost cap to 4 from 3 and nerfing jelly beans, this is a really good thing. So you'll just activate these field boosters with glitter and dice, and also there's going to be way better dice that are less RNG. So less RNG in the game, less relying on RNG from jelly beans to give you really good boosters, just less RNG in general. Even this is less RNG. 500 billion honey to guarantee 2 passive abilities. Like I've seen people roll hundreds of times and not get a double passive, just get super bad luck. luck. So, you know, this takes away a little bit of time and annoying aspects to the game, and takes away a little bit of RNG. So this is what everyone's been asking for a long time. So far, these are all really good changes, and we still have a lot more to go through. So the Buoyant Bee, a new blue mythic bee, loves to brighten the hive with fun parties. The bee that specializes on balloons and easy conversion has 2 new abilities, one being a gifted exclusive ability, and it also has its own passive. So balloons have been added and are associated with the Buoyant Bee. It's basically acts as a mini pollen collector, which collects more pollen the more you get balloons, and instantly converts all the pollen, and it gives you a balloon blessing. Some of the English on this is kind of hard to read. Did that even make sense? Which gives certain buffs with varying amounts and duration, which depends on how much balloon blessing you've amassed. Golden balloons and bubble have been added, which are summoned by the gifted Buoyant Bee. Balloon consumables have been added, pink, black, red, and white balloons. These work similarly to Buoyant Bee's balloons and have certain quirks of their own, being distinct from one another. These can drop various mobs. Loaded dice and smooth dice have also been added, both basically being upgraded variants of the field dice, and there's supposed to be less RNG for like specific fields, I'm pretty sure. A notifier for new badges in the game menu, an improved bee menu. So some other changes. Bees such as the Demon, Bucko, Riley, and Exhausted have new gifted hive bonuses. Most jelly bean buffs have been changed, which means they've been nerfed. He already said that they are getting nerfed because we don't want to have to rely so much on jelly beans. That's not really fun. We just want to boost, and stuff like jelly beans just gives a little bit extra on top. We shouldn't be getting like 30 times more because of super good jelly bean stacks, and then you have to rely on jelly beans to get a ton of honey. Like, that's no fun. So, wind boosts have also gotten a slight stat change. Pine tree, cactus, and rose badges have new buffs correlated to them. You can now bring up to 50 field dice. I'm pretty sure the previous was 25, so that is also really good. Thank you for increasing the limit. Nobody likes having a limit. I say no limit at all. Like, if we want to do a bunch of boosts because we saved up a bunch of field dice, I feel like we should be able to. We're the ones that saved up a bunch of field dice. It's kind of weird having a limit, and then you can only boost like once or twice a day. The stump field has more flowers and is now bigger. Diamond Bee's hive conversion trail is now a shiny blue instead of yellow. So a bunch of cool little changes, and then here is all of the new stuff that we also need to talk about. So information recap, this is on its messages. In the test realm will be reset once on it finishes the new bee, and some new content to test balancing. In a few weeks, on it may bring back the test realm contest to test the new in-game equipment. So that might be really, really cool. I really want to see the new in-game equipment we've been waiting on for so long. Supreme Star Amulets, there'll be a new system that'll ask if you want to generate a Supreme Star Amulet with a double passive, and it'll cost 50 times more because the double passive is usually 1 out of 50 chance. There'll be no new passives for the Supreme Star Amulet, which I'm pretty happy about. I think we're already good with the passives that we have. End game equipment, here we are. This is what I've been wanting because I've been saving up a ton and I want to be one of the best players in the game again. And to do that, I'm gonna have to get all this new in-game equipment and get ahead of everyone early, because once all this new stuff comes out, we're gonna be able to make way more honey, and it'll once again tilt the playing field away from the people that have just been grinding nonstop for like years. Same thing that happened when the Supreme Star Amulets came out. Brand new people started climbing up the leaderboard because we can now farm way faster with this new stuff. So there will be in-game equipment for all types of hives. The new equipment will have new passives, and the new equipment will be just as important as the bees. So these new in-game items are probably going to be really, really good and really, really expensive. So I'm gonna be saving up every type of material, grinding as much as I can this game and Pet Sim X. Do not worry, all my Pet Sim X fans. But yeah, we gotta be grinding to get these new in-game items when they come out soon. So here's the new bees. The Buoyant Bee is the new blue mythic. This is the one that spawns in balloons. The Buoyant Bee buffs bubbles into golden bubbles, which is another pollen multiplier. The Buoyant Bee is also a source of field conversion because of the balloons, I'm pretty sure. The red mythic bee is unfinished. Both of these bees were in the works when Fuzzy Bee was released. Onnit abandoned the idea of a fusion between the Cobalt and Crimson Bee. Onnit is still wants to continue working on the fusion for a future update, so that's actually pretty cool. If you want to have Cobalt and Crimson Bee in your hive, they might be fused into like one super bee, so you don't have to have like one of each or get rid of one, because a lot of people like feel a little bit sad when they have to get rid of one. If they switch to a red hive, they have to get rid of their Cobalt bee. But if he adds in a new super bee that is both of them together, that would be really, really cool. Market boost has been, it's going to just be removed. On it considers it a failed experiment. The prices of the market just went so high, and for whatever reason, they never, ever went down any. I think just the way that it was set up is a failed experiment. I don't think it should just keep getting more expensive every single time someone buys them, because then it's literally only useful for the one person at the top that can actually afford it, which a lot of people said was hackers, because like nobody's gonna go buy the pineapple market for like a quadrillion honey, but for some reason it still keeps going up. So market boost is getting taken out. BEESMAS, this is a big one. When BEESMAS returns, the festive wreath and puppy antlers will return. Yes, this is what I've wanted. The festive wreath is so overpowered. The big festive wreath that goes on top of your conversion links, that is like a super converter. I don't even know exactly what it does. I just remember after BEESMAS, when I didn't have it, I saw people with it and they explained to me how it worked. You guys play Bees Swarm, you probably know how the festive wreath works, but I didn't get one. So now that BEESMAS is coming back, I'll be able to get one, which is going to be super good for me and all the players that missed out on last year's BEESMAS. It's just that if you got it last year, it'll have a first edition flag on it, just like if you got any of the event bees when they first came out. Instead of later on, they have a little first edition flag. They're not any more overpowered with the first edition flag, it just looks cool. But that's good that we're going to be able to get these things again, because they're really strong, and all the people that have them right now have an advantage. So that's why I've been so excited for BEESMAS, and I've mainly been waiting till BEESMAS to start playing again. There just hasn't been any content for so long. BEESMAS will be released around the same time as last year's BEESMAS, Christmas Day, so it'll be coming out probably in a little over 3 weeks on Christmas Day. It says so right here. The Bee Bears catalog will return, but if you have gingerbread bears from last year, they cannot be used for new content this year. You can still use old gingerbread bears to feed your bees though, so that's kind of cool. There's going to be some sort of new type of gingerbread bears to use for the currency on the new BEESMAS shops. Onnit has prevented dice abusing by removing old dice buffs. When you use a new set of dice, for example, if you use a loaded dice and then use a field dice, it'll clear the buffs from the loaded dice. You need field dice to craft smooth dice and smooth dice to craft loaded dice. So this whole dice thing is a little bit confusing right now. We're gonna just have to see how it works in the actual game when it comes out. Hive swapping, Onnit wants to add a hive swap item to rearrange bees in a player's hive. This is really, really good, because you literally have to remove a bee, which gets rid of its gifted ability, gets rid of its rare mutation. If you have a rare mutation on a bee that you want to move, this will be really good. If you can just move around some bees in your hive and make it look pretty, you don't have to literally waste your gifted bees and your good mutations just to move a bee. So this I'm really happy about. Bee quips, there will be new bee quips added to this update, but Onnit doesn't plan on letting players test them in the test realm. I'm pretty sure the test realm is already open, I just haven't played it yet. I mainly like to play the main game, but I might check out the test realm for a video. I might. A lot of people seem to have a lot of fun with the test realm. I just kind of like it to be a little bit of a surprise, especially since a lot of the test realm stuff gets changed and is different than the actual game anyways, but I'll go play the test realm just to see some of the new stuff and how it is testing right now. Jelly beans, Onnit believes the jelly beans are a poorly designed system, and he wants them to be less important. Yes, that's what all players have been saying for a long time. The jelly beans were just too overpowered. If you got a couple slate beans, like whatever the golden ones or the black ones or the silver ones, there was a whole bunch of super overpowered beans that were like 3x pollen, you know, like a bunch of instant conversion. There was pretty much like some super overpowered jelly beans that if you could stack them all up, like a whole bunch of super overpowered jelly beans, you'd be making like 20, 30, 50 times more in that boost. So having jelly beans nerfed, that is a really good thing, because the only people that were getting super crazy jelly bean boost were the people that had like 6 accounts feeding them jelly beans, and that's just not fun for the average player that just wants to boost with like by himself or with a friend. If you boost with a friend, it'll be a little bit more overpowered, but like it shouldn't have to be required to make any honey at all. It was pretty much a useless boost, like if you weren't using jelly beans and stuff before. So I'm really happy about these changes. Slot upgrading, there may be a feature where you can have 2 sets of items in your slot bar and you can switch through them. This is pretty cool. I'm happy about this change. And future updates. Onnit plans on making sure all types of hives are balanced, and he wants to add new challenges and bosses before he stops working on Bee Swarm again. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. And that's pretty much the end of the DMs with that guy. Like I said, if you don't know who he is, he's pretty big in the Bee Swarm community. I'm pretty sure he's one of the top White Hive players. He used to help me boost back in the day. So yeah, if you guys are excited for the new Bee Swarm update coming really soon, and you want to see me play some more Bee Swarm on the channel, make sure you hit the like button, comment some more ideas for future videos down below, and subscribe if you have not already so you don't miss anything. Like I said, this BEESMAS update is going to be really soon, so I'm going to be making more videos preparing for the BEESMAS update. I might even make a video or two on the test realm if there's a bunch of cool new stuff to test out already. And of course, I'm going to continue making PetSimX videos at the same exact time. This is my job, so I have time to play 2 games. Do not worry, everyone that's like freaking out that I won't play PetSim. I'm still going to play both. I just haven't been on my computer the past few days because it was Thanksgiving and I had a lot of family here. So everyone's got to take a little break every once in a while, but do not worry. I'm back and we got tons of PetSimX videos coming. We have tons of Bee Swarm videos coming. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you all in the next one very, very soon. Peace out, everybody.